What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jason with you again, and in today's video I'm going to go over a few of the sales that I made on eBay this past week. Alright, so this past week was a really good sales week. A lot of activity on eBay, very happy with it, so we'll just jump right in. The first item I sold was this Microsoft Xbox One Rocksmith video game. It did not come with a cable. I noticed in some of the listings people were putting, oh, it comes with cable or doesn't come with cable. So be sure to check all your listings, and obviously for this game that was a very important piece of information. So this one actually sold on a best offer for $25. I paid $5 for it. Since it's under a pound, it's shipped first class for right around $4. eBay and PayPal fees were $3. So my overall profit after all expenses deducted was $14 on this game. And as you can see on the game, I just took a picture of the front, the back, and then one with the case open. I usually take one of the back of the game or CD if it's used like this to show that the disc is in good condition. But I did note that here, disc is in near mint condition. I cannot find any scratches on it. So it's very good to make sure you put condition notes here so the buyer will know exactly what they're getting. So pretty good sale there. All right, this is one of the better sales of the week, and I know I mentioned this in one of my other videos when I was inside of Goodwill, is always look at these Sony Handycams. They can bring a lot of money. This Sony Handycam here looked to me like it had never actually been used. And there's a couple reasons why. One, it's just in amazing condition. And two, it's still got this little handy guide in here. It's like this has never even been opened. Now, the one drawback to it is that it did not have any cords with it. It was camcorder only. And I did note that in the listing. And I did also note that I believe that this has never actually been used. So always take a picture of the bottom of the camcorder too, so people can see the model number there. So I actually have to give a shout out to YouTuber The Bearded Picker on this one. About a week ago, he put out a video on how to do promoted listings on eBay. And I've done promoted listings before. I just kind of let it slip my mind. And after watching his video, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go in and do a few promoted listings on a couple of items that I've had sitting for a while. And this was one of them. And this one had been sitting a little over a month. And I think the reason it had been sitting so long is because I was asking more than anybody else was, but mine was pretty much in mint condition. So I felt like I should be able to get my asking price. And I always do my due diligence and price my items pretty, right at market value, what things are actually selling for. So I did a promoted listing on this one, and I gave eBay an extra $5 if it sold. So, and it did. It sold within a couple of days of me doing the promoted listing. So basically the numbers on this was I paid $10 for this camcorder. I sold it for full price, $99.99. It shipped. I think it went to Louisiana, which I'm in Georgia. So it was only $8 for me to ship it. eBay and PayPal fees with the promoted listings got about $15. So I made $67 profit on this item off of a $10 investment. That is just awesome. All right, the next thing we sold, and you probably saw this from one of I think it was my very first haul video on a couple of weeks ago. Very first Goodwill haul video and in-store coverage that I ever did. This is the Oakley software jacket. It is missing the hood, and as you can see, I did state that right here in these condition. These condition notes are very important. I put missing hood, but it's still in excellent condition with no rips, tears, holes, or stains. I actually sold this item I took a best offer of $60. It shipped to, I believe it was Tennessee, so just right above me, and it only cost $8 to ship it. And then eBay PayPal fees were around $6. So and I paid $7 for it. My net profit was $39 on this jacket. Even though it's not the winter time, this stuff will still sell. If you price your items accordingly at market value, you'll still sell a jacket. And we're right here at the summertime. So if you want to see how I take my pictures, I do one of the front. I kind of do a side view here. I do a back view, and then I lay them flat. And I do a flat view where you can kind of get a good good look at the jacket and all the zippers that it has. And here I opened up the jacket so they can kind of see the buttons of the closure. And I believe there's a zipper in there too. And then there it is. There's a better picture of that. There's a button zipper combination. You always want to show them how the closures on these jackets. Always want to show the inside of the jacket too. They want to see what the lining looks like. So there is a great picture of the inside of the jacket. If you can show any cuffs, whether they're pants or jackets, you want to show a good picture of the cuffs because that'll show how much wear the jacket got. And as you can see on this picture, there's not a whole lot of wear. So here, this was just an extra pocket here under the arm, so I took that picture to show it. And then, of course, you always want to show your tags. This is the material tag. Here's the main tag from Oakley. And this was in the bottom right-hand corner. So that's how I take pictures of my jacket. Again, with clothing, you also want to put in measurements. So if we look down here in my description, here are the measurements that I put in. Pit to pit means that you measure from one, with the jacket laid on a flat surface, you measure from one armpit to the other armpit. Length, you measure from the back of the jacket's collar all the way to the bottom. And then the sleeves, I measured from the armpit to the end of the sleeve. The reason this is important is to let the customer know they can compare these measurements to jackets they currently have. This will help reduce returns for you, and when you're selling clothing that a customer actually can't try on before they purchase it, these measurements are vitally important. Also, when there's something unique, like looking at those pictures, you may not know that unless you've seen this jacket before in person. You wouldn't know that this jacket is a heavy duty jacket. It weighs 3 pounds. So the great thing is I weighed it, and then I actually put that in here. Nice heavy duty insulated jacket. Jacket weighs 3 pounds. So just some tips there to help you out when you're selling clothing. You want to be able to state stuff like that in your listing because, like I said, if we're just looking at this jacket picture-wise, we have no idea that it's that heavy duty of a jacket. So, yeah, so just a couple little pointers there. All right. This was another one that was in our haul video. I think this one was a couple videos ago. We actually paid, I believe it was $16 for this. When I do my cost of goods sold, I just do it overall as a ticket price when I log that for tax purposes. So I actually don't keep up with each individual price, but I kind of remember most of them. But I believe this one was $16 or $13. I did take a best offer on it of $42. It shipped for $4 because the person was, it actually was able to ship first class. It was like right at 16 ounces, but just below it. And again, anything under a pound goes first class. eBay PayPal fees were right around $4. So net profit off of this, I paid $16 for it, and I net profited $18. So that was definitely a good little purchase, and it sold within a couple of days. So very, very happy about that one. All right, here's another one from our haul video. I really like being able to show you these items that I purchase in haul videos and Goodwill footage, and you can actually see that they do sell. Now, I kind of knew these would sell because these were really, really nice jeans. These are the Diesel Industry, I think this pronounced Vicker pants. I sold these in less than 24 hours. This is another one. I posted it on there, and the next morning, so I kept going back and forth with the person. I had them listed for $59.99. He started out offering $45. I countered at $55, and then he came back at $50, and I was like, you know what? Less than 24 hours. We're only in these for $7. I'll take the $50. So sold it for $50. Paid $7 for it. Jeans, you can fit these in a flat rate envelope. So I fit this in a priority flat rate envelope, and it shipped for $6.75. And then eBay PayPal fees was around $5. So we made $31 net profit off of these jeans. So I want to kind of show you how I take pictures on my jeans and show you how I do the measurements or how I put those in the listings, because jeans are very important. This picture here, where there's two pictures in one, it's just the front and the back of the jeans. You can do this collage with any sort of app, whether you've got an Android or iPhone or an iMac or Windows. They make apps called photo collage apps, and that's how I make these photos. You just combine two pictures together. All right, so the next photo I always do is the front of the pants, And I try not to turn up the brightness too much because I don't want it to wash out the actual color of the jeans. So the pictures might look a little dark, but it holds the true color of the jeans, and you're not actually, the customer's not going to get it and be like, wow, these don't look like the picture. Always want to show the back of the jeans. Those are very important. Another one that I see a lot of people miss is open what's called the closure of the jeans and show them, hey, these are button fly jeans. So they can look, say, okay, these are button fly. It's not zippered or anything like that. So very important to show that part. Also try to show the inside of the jean. Just kind of open up the jeans a little bit, show the inside where they can see how clean it is. And then if there's any, brand, where they kind of put the brand anywhere on the jeans, be sure to show that right here. They got the Diesel Industries label right here on the pocket. Also on the back, they had the little Diesel Industries logo here, so I went and took a picture of that. Also, probably one of the most important pictures you can take, and I know I mention this in my videos a lot, but take a picture of the cuffs. Look how perfect these cuffs are. There's no fraying. This shows the customer that these pants are probably in extremely good condition because of how well these cuffs are. Then I always take one of the item hanging up so that the customer can get a full picture of the pants on the front and the back. So you want to take one of the front and back, and then always your tags. Always take pictures of both of your tags. Now for measurements on pants, this is something that I have set up that I've been using for a long time. You don't have to actually use this image right here that I have, but I just feel like visually it helps the customer understand what they're getting. So what I do is even though the tag on these said 38, 32, I need to measure them to make sure that's what they are, because people will alter jeans. And fortunately, these were not altered. And even if they were altered, they'll still sell. It's not that big of a deal. So what I usually measure is I lay the pants flat on a table and I measure from one side to the other. In this instance, that gave me 19 inches. So if you multiply that by 2, there's your waist at 38. The rise is very, very important. The rise goes from kind of the crotch here all the way to the top, and that's 10 inches. That kind of lets the customer know, how the pants are going to fit on them. The length, you don't have to do this one. The only reason I do this one is because this little picture that I found on the internet, that's just one of the measurements they put down. You don't really have to do the full length, but in this one it was 44. Another very important one is your inseam. It goes from the crotch, again, all the way down to the bottom. And this one was 32, so it confirmed that these pants are labeled 38, 32, and they are true 38, 32. And then the last one, laying flat on the surface again, just measure your leg opening. When they're laying flat, you just go from here to here. And that's it. And again, you want to be very detailed on these because you want to make sure that when the customer receives them that they've been given all the details. And if they return them, it's on them. I did everything I was supposed to do in the listing, so if they return them, they just didn't compare the measurements to their own jeans. All right, so this one here is kind of, this one, something kind of weird happened with this one. So this is actually a Rosetta Stone, and these sell amazingly well. And they're hard to come across too. But this is an older version. It's a Spanish Latin American version. It's a 3-disc set. And when you're selling it used, if your first picture, you can just kind of lay everything out. It kind of, if you do that as opposed to this when you're selling something new, this picture is going to grab a lot more attention. So on this one, I put this one up, and a couple hours later, eBay sent me an email saying they had taken my listing down because Rosetta Stone said that I do not have the rights to sell their product. Now on eBay, it's pretty rare that I get a copyright strike, I guess you would call it, like you get on YouTube sometimes for playing, copyrighted music. I don't get them very often on eBay, but I got one on this one, so I just decided to get creative. I just changed the title from Rosetta Stone to Learn Spanish Latin American version 3-disc sets, and then I comes with, I type in everything that it comes with, and then down here in the in the listing, I typed out Rosetta Stone, but I put spaces between each letter, and that way, and this time I didn't get a copyright strike. Also, I did a promoted listing on this one where I agreed to give eBay a little bit of extra money on this one. I think it was $2 total. And this one sold when I was doing those promoted listings, just like the camcorder did. So pretty cool that I was able to move this one. And it sold for full price. Both of my promoted listings sold for full price, which is even better. So the numbers on this, I paid $7 for it. I sold it for $40. It shipped for $5. eBay and PayPal fees were about $6, and that's included the extra couple bucks for the promoted listing. I still net profited $22 off this item. So very happy. 7 into 22. That is great margins. All right, this was I think this might have been in a haul video that I had. Again, when I go over to CDs, I only look for new sealed items, and this one was brand new sealed, so I went ahead and looked it up on eBay because I am not allowed to sell CDs or DVDs, and this is actually a DVD CD. I'm not actually allowed to sell these on Amazon, so I went ahead and looked on eBay. This cost me $2. It actually sold on a best offer for $17. It shipped media mail for $2.75. Remember, if you're selling any sort of DVD, CD, books, those all can go media mail, which is through the United States Post Office, which is the cheapest that you can ship an item. So it shipped for $2.75. eBay got about $2, so I made $10 profit off of a $2 investment. All right, so here's a book that I bought originally to send in to Amazon. And I don't know if I just didn't look at it closely, but when I got home and scanned it, I noticed that I was actually restricted. And with Amazon, most books I'm allowed to sell, but for some reason this one was restricted. So I went ahead and put it over on eBay. It sat for a few weeks, and I got an offer of $25 on this, so I just went ahead and took that. So this is a hardcover book. It is a pretty thick, heavy book too. I'm in it for $3. It sold for $25. It actually cost me $5 to ship it media mail. eBay and PayPal got about $3 total. And so I made about $14 net profit off of it. So not too bad for a $3 investment. All right, here's I really love selling remotes, but you got to be careful. Not all remotes are worth money. This is an original Lexium, I believe is how you say it, satellite receiver remote. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of this before, but when you find remotes like this, and especially if it has the model number on it like it does here, you definitely want to look it up. And here's how you really want to take pictures of your remotes. Take a picture of the front, take a picture of the back, and then probably the most important picture is one with the battery cover off. The reason you do this is so the customer can see that there is no corrosion inside this battery cover. Also, remotes are really easy to test. You just put batteries in them, point it at your phone, and record a video and start hitting buttons. And then when you either look at the video or play it back, you'll see the red dots from the infrared on your video. So easy to test. And I also put tested in the listing up here. So yeah, this one actually sold for full price. It was $33. So paid $2 for it. It sold for $33. It's lightweight, so it shipped first class mail for about $3.50. eBay PayPal fees were about $3. So made $24 total profit on a $2 investment. So good deal. Keep an eye out for those remotes. All right, here's a lot of 2 calligraphy set pens. These I actually picked up for $2 each at a thrift store about a month ago. They set for a little while, and then somebody came along and said it was his wife's birthday, and thank you so much, and he paid full price of $35 for it. With these, I kind of just was taking pictures of the boxes, but I did find a couple of manufacturer photos. It really helps these things sell, so I included a few of the manufacturer's photos in here. A lot of times, I think I got those from somebody else that was selling it on eBay. Just took a couple of those manufacturer photos. I think it really helped on this one. So yeah, so $35. So the numbers on this, paid $4 total for each, $2 a piece, $4 total. They sold for $35. They shipped for $7 because they actually went to Kentucky, which is not far from me, through the global shipping program. eBay and PayPal got $4, so I made $20 total after all fees and investments. All right, so y'all will probably remember this guy too. This is the Sonic Boom that I picked up. I think this was in my first video. I picked it up for I think it was $4 or $5. I'll have to go back and look at the video. I'm pretty sure it was $4. And it sold for full price. The person did not even try to make me an offer on it. They just bought it for full price. So sold it for $40, paid $4 for it. Shipped it for $8. eBay and PayPal fees were about $4, so made $25 profit at the end. So very, very happy with that. This calculator was also in my haul video. So we're seeing a lot of stuff from the haul videos, and I've only put out 5 total, I believe it is, at the point of this recording. And here's another one that sold, the Weight Watchers calculator. And I kind of thought maybe I messed up on this one a little bit, because when I looked them up, they really weren't selling for a whole lot. But I did pay $5 for this one. It did sell for full price of $25. It shipped first class mail for $4. eBay and PayPal got about $3. So in the end, I made $13 pure profit on this item. And this is why I like selling new products. Picture of the front, picture of, this is actually just was in the top left-hand corner, kind of tells about the product. Picture of the back, list it, done. So that one took no time, and I was able to pull $13 pure profit from it. All right, so if you're not familiar with Howard Miller, just kind of remember that name. I've actually found 2 Howard Miller clocks, and actually I did not know anything about Howard Miller until I found this clock here and decided to look it up. And I think I remember my mom telling me about Howard Miller was a really good name. This is a clock jewelry box. It's really pretty neat. I actually just left it sitting on my desk in my office until it finally sold. But this is a really, really nice clock. I sold it for the full asking price, $40. They didn't even try to get me down. So sold it for $40. It was $5 to ship. I'm sorry, sold it for $40. I paid $5. $8 to ship it. $4 went to PayPal, so I made $23 total profit off that. So Howard Miller, definitely remember that name. Okay, this was a pretty good find here. This was in a thrift store that's not in the best part of town. I don't go to it a lot because it's not really close to me, but I was out in that area doing something and decided to swing by. And of course, with me being in Georgia, I do find Atlanta Falcons and Georgia Bulldogs, Roll Tide merchandise from time to time. But I found this Julio Jones jersey. It's a Nike. Again, this is the photo collage program that I use. So, because when you're selling a jersey, the first picture, you really want them to be able to see the front and the back. This was a sewn jersey. It was a Nike on-field, which the on-field jerseys tend to do a little better. And here you see that I was taking pictures, the front, back of all the emblems on it. And I try to get an angled picture like this where you can kind of see that, hey, this is sewn. You know, this is sewn when the customer's taking a look at it. And then, of course, you always want to do the tags. Also on jerseys or short sleeve shirts, there's just 2 measurements that I do. I measure from pit to pit and then the length. So this one actually sold for a best offer of $35. But the funny thing with this one is when I got to the counter with it, I guess the Goodwill employee was new. Jerseys, they normally mark up and they'll put like $15 on them. But this one just had the regular barb on it and didn't have any extra pricing. So I grabbed it thinking that they're probably going to charge $6 or $7 for this. But she charged this as a t-shirt. So I got away with it for $2. It was $1.99. So I'm in it for $2. It sold for $35. This one also shipped in a flat rate envelope for $6.75. eBay PayPal fees were $4. So my net profit in the end was $22. All right, so we're at the last sale of the day. I picked this item up at a Goodwill probably about a couple months ago, and actually probably 3 months ago. And I priced it at $70 because I liked it. I thought it was just kind of cool. It's an extremely thick glass, heavy-duty skull. Have no clue what it went to. It just looked really, really neat to me. So I just left it on my desk in my office, and I'm not really going to come down much off of the price until somebody offered me something decent. So it kept getting a bunch of watchers. So with something like this where there's no name brand on it, if you look down here at my description, excellent condition, only used for display, no chips or crack, no imperfections. You want to be sure to put that on there anytime you're selling something that's fragile or glass. I also put that it's 10 inches tall and 22 inches in diameter. weighs 5 pounds and 10 ounces. So that really gives a customer a good idea. Okay, this is 10 inches tall, 22 inches in diameter, and 5 pounds. This thing is heavy-duty thick glass. So after about 3 months, somebody offered me $60 on it, and I went ahead and took it. So I paid $5 for it. I did sell it for $6.60. Unfortunately, this one went across the across the country for me. It went over to, I think, Washington. So I shipped it FedEx home delivery, I believe it was, and it was $24 for me to ship it. So that ate into my profits a lot. And I'm with the new regional shipping with eBay, I'm starting to keep an eye of where my customers are when they're making me offers. And if they're somewhere way across the world, I don't come down very much. But $10 off was okay. eBay PayPal fees was $6. So total profit, I made $25 on this item. So, all right, that's it, guys. That was the last sales of the day. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy learning how to make extra money by thrifting and selling things on eBay, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button. If you're returning watching my video for a second time, thank you so much for stopping back by. And I hope everybody has a great day, and good luck out there reselling.